So that looks like the way I need to go.
I've been fielding questions recently. I've been fielding questions recently regarding HRAs. What are they for? Do you always need to wear them? And what's the deal with the hadron resonance anyway? Fuck. Despite what you may have heard, HRAs are not monitoring devices. We're not tracking your movements or listening to your conversations while you're wearing them. We do that regardless whether or not you're wearing an HRA. Think of them as a life preserver. Only instead of water, the thing HRAs protect you from is classified. One day that classified, not water, might pour in, and you'll be glad you got an HRA keeping you afloat. And if you don't have an HRA, don't worry. It'll be quick and painless. Kidding. I'm kidding. We're making more.
He looked so exhausted and so tired in that video.
Regarding HRAs, what are they for? You always need to wear them.
Darling, budget. Budget request. Dear Dr. Darling, I suspect my colleague Dr. Harrington has already contacted you asking for an increase in her department's budget. I'm not surprised. Parapsychology has always been the squeaky wheel. All fuss but no results. Parakinesiology has always been the stronger department. More breakthroughs, more tangible data, more usable research. I'm sure a man of your esteem can plainly see which department is more deserving of the budget increase. Just think what those additional resources could do for an already formidable research team. Anyway, I know you're a fan of single malt, so I left a bottle of well-aged brown on your desk. Yours in admiration, Dr. Abraham Lewis. So there's a bit of bribery and greedy, just wanting more budget when there's other areas that actually need more.
What's the deal with the hadron resonance anyway?
Resonance theory. Resonance it's there, but we can't see it. It vibrates around us, through us, from us. But what if the vibration is conscious? What could a force like that do? Redacted opened the door to a redacted I've called redacted. The redacted emits a force that is far beyond the forces we've previously dealt with. It has shown me so much that I have to wonder, is resonance the key element in all altered phenomenon? AWEs, altered items, objects of power, do they share a common redacted that we've yet to discover? We can harmonize control points. What else would the correct frequency allow us to achieve? What if resonance has been the answer this whole time? Refer to file redacted for a full report. astral plane counter essay. Objects of power and their astral connections. Dr. Darling is insistent that certain objects of power share a direct connection to the redacted, an entity or group of entities that we have little information on, or little that I'm allowed to access. In his written reports, he states that there is a clear link between these objects of power, the redacted, the astral plane, and the oldest house itself. His work supposes these links are innate, a fact ingrained into the very redacted of objects such as the hotline or the service weapon. But what if these particular objects were never linked to the redacted, but had that connection forced upon them? Isn't it strange that no other objects of power require such direct contact with the redacted? Isn't it strange that using the service weapon or the hotline will result in grievous harm or even death if the user is not the director, or at least worthy of the role? Why do we assume this involvement by the redacted is a natural fact and not something more redacted? Refer to file 6239384 2 for full report. Don't know where I got 4 from.
Tracking your movements, listening to your conversations while you're wearing them. We do that regardless whether or not you're wearing an HRA.
Astral plane.
Think of them as
I thought I'd already been in this corner, but obviously not. The astral plane and objects of power. The Bureau has spent years studying why objects of power transport users into the astral plane when touched. My predecessor, Dr. Ash, theorized that a potential receptacle determined by Jungian archetypes and the collective subconscious would be inhabited by paranatural energies when an AWE occurred in its vicinity, creating an altered item. Over time, a link was created by the redacted and the astral plane to that item, making it an object of power. So many additional theories have been raised since Dr. Ash's time. Objects of power were placed on Earth as tests by some astral entity. Our dimension was once part of the astral plane, and the objects were left behind as its borders receded. The astral plane was an early threshold into the oldest house, but the connection was severed, and now the two are linked solely through the objects of power. I will attempt to disprove some of these in order to thin the herd. Hopefully the truth will emerge. Refer to file 632-6498 for full report. And that's everything.
only instead of water,
Yep, this is the way I need to go. Yeah, of course.
Constantly changing labyrinth. You never pass through.
Oh, this place. I kind of remember it. It moves and changes. See? That's the way in. That's the way I just went. I don't want to go that way again. I think. Yep. But it's not going to let me go any other way until I go this way, but looks. No. Come on. Stop bringing me back here. I want to go that way. I want to go that way. Felt so close there. Is there something I need to do? 'Cause it just seems to be going around in circles. That's the way I came in. Nothing else I can grab here, I think. Nope. And out of power. Almost destroyed everything in the room. I reckon that's the last thing. Nope. Those things can't be destroyed. I don't know what I need to do here. It's clear I'm needing to do something. And it is the next thing I have to do in the main mission. Is there anything in here? Hotline?
I'm averse to using objects of power. I don't want to lean on things I ultimately can't trust. But the ashtray and the cigarette, smoking there forever, have their uses. The ashtray maze they conjure is an impossibly changing labyrinth that no one but the binder, and those the binder invites, can ever pass through. The things we hid in dimensional research, the things Darling studies, the danger and the risk involved, call for every measure of security and protection I could bring to the table. The maze, hands down, is our strongest lock. I gave Darling and his chosen crew license to pass through the maze. Lately, I've started to think I should revoke that license.
That didn't really help me much. Wanting to go that way. This room's back to how it was though. I'm thinking I'll need to search this one. I won't be a minute. I don't like having to do this, but I'll have to do it. Okay, so without spoilers, what I've read is saying if you're running around in circles, go back and do something else first. So there is something I need to do first. I was looking at the ashtray maze thinking that's where I had to go to find Marshall. There's more enemies? Where? There's one. There we go. Got them. Pretty sure I've been in here, but nope, I have not. Executive hiss nodes. Timed communications department. Which is which section is communications department? I want to get one of these timed missions at some point. There it is. I think I've gone the wrong way. Dead letters department. Here we go. need to go in there. Doesn't really say where you need to go into and go in the communications department. That's pneumatics. Almost looks like it's upstairs. But that one's locked. And that one's locked. Or is it where the boss was? This is the area I need.